Captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you all aboard Flight 104, non-stop service to inebriation. I'd also like to remind you to stay in the full upright, locked and loaded position, keeping your arms, legs, hands and feet inside your mouth at all times, and do not come to a full stop until you've made a complete exit. So until we have reached cursing attitude, I'd like you to relax. The attendant will be by shortly for beverage service. Hello, Boozeketeers. Welcome to episode 104 of Cocktales, Tiki King. That was a little aviation themed opening because tonight's drink was going to be aviation themed, but it was going to be the test pilot, but it's not going to be. Why not? Well, because it turns out I already did the test pilot on episode 79, which I didn't remember that. I had to go back and watch every episode. It turns out that yeah, we did the test pilot and it was good. But so I thought, well, I can't do that again. Can't like be repeating the drinks. At least not that soon. I mean, it's only 20 some odd episodes ago. You guys were like, that was just that was like half a year ago. We haven't forgotten what you did to us that time. So I had to come up with a second plan. My second plan was to make myself a fine old fashioned and contemplate what I had done. And after some contemplation, I came up with a new plan of attack. I decided to make another cocktail altogether. The reason I thought the reason that I thought I came upon this cocktail was because I've been doing a lot of art lately. I've been making a lot of stuff, and one of the things that I made, which is because people keep asking for it, is I made an Outrigger canoe, one of my Outrigger war canoes, and so I thought, that actually it brought up a bunch of memories. I thought, I remember when I was a kid, one of my relatives came back from Hawaii and brought me a souvenir, and what it was a kit where you make your own outrigger. It was like a chunk of wood and another chunk of wood and some other chunks of wood and some twine, and you had to carve it and everything, which I did, and I have to admit that I was like, they said, we brought you something from Hawaii, and I'm like, it'll be a tiki, and no, but it was an outrigger canoe. But that's okay, because outrigger canoes are pretty cool from a standpoint of that sort of thing. But also, the outrigger has just that whole thing. It's like there's bars called the outrigger, nice tiki bar. There's outrigger races, Santa Cruz. They have all kinds of fun, all kinds of stuff. I remember being in Sacramento many years ago. And there was a tiki bar there that had a big old outrigger hanging from the ceiling. I don't remember which one it was. One of the ones that's gone now, obviously. But yeah, so outriggers, tikis, tiki bars, tiki drinks. What the heck? Why not? And then I'll tell you why not. Turns out I already made the outrigger too. But then it was too late. By then there was no turning back. By then I was already committed, and I was like basically down here getting ready to make the drink. And so I thought, well, now what? It was like kind of too late to go up and go back through all my recipes to figure it out. So, but then I remembered when I made the outrigger last time. I commented that I said, this is pretty good, but it was really sour. And I thought, I would probably enjoy this if it had just a tad less tart of the lime and just a little tad, so. Basically, so I went, okay, well, I'm gonna make the version of the outrigger that I thought would be good, because I made some suggestions last time, which if we had flashbacks, we could cut to that scene, but we don't, and we can't, and I can time travel. And then it's like, this is the drink, and I'm like, you know what, this could use a little bit less lime and maybe something sweet. Okay, back to now. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to make the Outrigger 2, the Outrigger Part Deuce, as they say, the El Duce Outrigger, which is not even a thing. And I thought, I'll do that, and, I don't know, if all else fails, we'll set it on fire. Maybe. I said if all else fails. Mind your own business. But then I thought, well, okay, since it's kind of half cheating because I already made a version and we're just changing the version. It's not like it's a whole new thing. It's not like you're getting all educated, you know, with new stuff. So then I went, okay, well, I'm gonna have to make another one that I know I for sure have not made before. Hopefully. Surprised someone will go, yes, you did. That was on episode such a. It's gonna. I actually started a. You know what? You already have a drink. Never mind. It's like I should probably start drinking. That's another drink in my hand. Yeah, I know. I should start drinking. Yeah. I actually have. I'm working on a whole thing with the cocktail database, the Tiki King cocktail database, because I want to put in a thing where you can actually click. This will be a secret between just me and you, me and you. This will be our thing. See, is that there will be a Boozeketeer button, right? And you click the Boozeketeer button, and it will bring up a list of drinks that have been made on the show. Yeah. So I thought that way, you know, some of you diehard fans were like, you know, hey, we got a weekend to kill. Let's make 104 drinks. You could go there and hit the Boozeketeer button, and here's the thing: no one else is gonna know. They were like, "What the heck is that? Some kind of weird thing." And maybe they'll click on it, but they won't know what it means. They'll be in the dark. But we'll be in the know, because you're my friends. I like the others. So I'll do that. I'm gonna do that for you guys, and for me, so that I can actually go and look and see what drinks I've made already. Because it's hard. 104. That's like, and you figure that average we're like doing 2 drinks per show. Most cases, you know, that's a lot of drinks. I have to keep track of this my brain-addled noggin. in my booze-addled sieve. Yeah, trying to keep track of all the different drinks that have been made over the years. That's been 104. That's 2, and then plus, and then and then minus, and that's a lot. So. Anyway, so you know what? Let's finish our drinks and get on to making some drinks. Yes. So not the test pilot, but the Outrigger Part 2. So what do we need for that Outrigger Part 2? Well, we're gonna need some stuff and things. Shaker. We need some booze, some gold rum, some white curacao. Oh. How about if I don't unplug the microphone? That would probably be good. Could people hear me somehow? Has anyone been complaining?
Where's the microphone?
It was unplugged. I don't know when it got unplugged.
Oh, plug it in.
It's plugged in now. People were like, you've just been jabbering away and saying absolutely nothing. We couldn't hear a word. They're all like turning their volume up and stuff. Hopefully there's some sort of a thing that knows whether there's input or not. Otherwise, you know. So, see, now I'm all flustered. So when you Boozeketeers, were you just watching me flap my gums with no sound at all, or was there a thing going on?
They could hear you.
They could? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize that you could hear me. So what do we need? Gold rum. We need white curacao. We're going to need some apricot brandy. Fine apricot brandy. We need some fresh lime juice. I just happen to have a test tube full. We need some falernum. Falernum. Whoa, whoa. Did I not bring down the falernum? I don't think I did. Could you grab me the falernum? See there? I thought I checked, but I didn't double check. I didn't check off on the checklist. I should have checked those things. But apparently I didn't. Because the falernum, you see, I could do it without it, but it would be silly to not put in the secret ingredient. That changes the whole thing. So there we go. Alrighty. So now we got our ingredients all lined up right next to the Captain Booze Nanas. He approves. Okay, so shaker, half filled with ice. And this is a fine pina shaker, solid stainless steel, Boston style, double metal. good thing. You can get this at the Boozeketeer down in Salt Lake City. And I'm sure producer Maggie will put up the address at some point for those of you who have not been paying attention somehow for like the past year. Yeah. So 2 ounces of gold rum. Since I've already been drinking and I'm going to continue drinking, I was thinking about actually making this with the Smith and Cross, but I thought, you know, I'll see where I'm at later, because this is two ounces of rum, so we're already, you know, up there in the rum. So 2 ounces fine gold rum, 1/2 ounce curacao. One and a half ounce of apricot brandy. You know, I was looking at the recipe and I was thinking about Boozeketeer Aaron, Boozeketeer Turk, and us at the River Street house. Drank a lot of apricot brandy. I think this is cheap. I'm not sure, but you know, 1/2 ounce. That's right. Yeah, there was a River Street house. Walls were lined with empty apricot brandy bottles, gin bottles, and 151 bottles. Because, you know, that was the style at the time. They probably couldn't hear that. I think it was the heater kicking on or something. It was. Alrighty. So, what we've done here for the Outrigger Part 2 is we reduced the fresh lime by 1/2. Instead of being an ounce of fresh lime, we went with a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime. Did I put in the lime? No. Well, I think I've just been putting in the boozes. Okay, so we didn't produce anything, but we're no. Talk all about that, and then it would have been like, wow, that's just rum and more rum, booze, and sweet. Okay, so now we have reduced the lime by 1/2. So instead of being the 1 ounce of fresh lime, 1/2 ounce apricot brandy, 1/2 ounce white curacao, 2 ounces of gold rum, we're adding in a 1/2 ounce of the falernum, which sweetens up the whole thing, and then the cutting the lime juice back a little bit. So let's see what happens, shall we? I mean, the original one was a fine cocktail, but it was just a little tart for my taste.
Sorry.
No, I don't want to be like, yeah, you know, there's this fine cocktail and I'm messing it up. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just adjusting it to see what happens. See what we can do here. I don't know if this makes it a new cocktail. I don't know. We'll see. The Outrigger Part 2. Wait. I gotta garnish. Garnish. With a lime slice. Okay, now, let's see. Now see, I can get on board with that one. That's something that I could order and enjoy in a fine establishment. Not quite as lovely as the what was the water lily last show. That one brought me to tears with its poignancy, with its delicious poignancy. That's pretty good. You want to try that there? Producer Maggie? Give it the yay or nay. See what you think. I don't know if you remember the Outrigger from last time. It was pretty tart.
I'm pretty tart.
But well, that's true. You're pretty tart. This one's a little, I think, more accessible. Maybe not your cup of tea, but you know, I'm not using tea, so that's okay. So there we go. This is the Outrigger 2, and I'm gonna put it on the Tiki King cocktail database. In fact, I'm so gonna put it on there that I already did. So you can go there, go to the Tiki King cocktail database. You can go to tikiking.com/booze, which is the easiest way to get there, and just click on the database there, and you can find all kinds of recipes for delicious boozages. Which are like sausages, except you get fried. So, but that's okay. So what are the Boozeketeers doing out there? Are they partying it up at the heart of the firestorm? All right. Well, groovy, because that's what it's all about.
They're
that's
here.
why they're here.
Mm-hmm.
They're here.
They're here.
Oh, that's ominous. Hopefully they're going to be here, and we're going to have another Boozeketeer invasion. The first Wicked Wench Boozeketeer invasion, I think, will be coming up probably in June.
Yep.
And we'll do. Well, they probably won't be here for that, but maybe we have to do a special edition. Do a special edition because it will not be on the Tuesday because nobody will be here. But I think Boozeketeer Turk might be coming out here, so we'll be doing at least one show probably with him here at the Wicked Wench, and Boozeketeer CJ. We'll be all of those. A bunch of them. They'll be coming out here. They'll be able to see it for themselves in all of the glory that is the Wicked Wench. And hopefully there'll be could be some surprises. There's surprises, all kinds of surprises in the works. Went out today, and so I keep clearing my throat. Went up today and bought some stuff to make some things. Can't talk about it. No, actually went to the ceramic store and bought some supplies, as it were. It's for the big supplies. Supplies. So I'm going to start sculpting and make a big mess, and then hopefully end up with some Wicked Wench tiki mugs. If not Wicked Wench tiki mugs, just some kind of Tiki King tiki mugs, for our drinking pleasure, for our imbibing pleasure. And I'll tell you, if I make them and I'm drinking out of them, you Boozeketeers, you're going to have a shot at. You will be. I will announce them to you, probably via Facebook, with a link saying Boozeketeers, click here, and you'll know. And that'll be. I'll offer the mugs to you guys first, before the general public, and then so I'll give you because you guys are here every Tuesday night. You deserve something. You deserve something other than just me talking when I think I'm being silent, and just like a silent movie. Which we should do that one episode. Just I should not talk and just hold up signs that say what I want to say. We'll do a silent movie episode. We do drinks of the pre-prohibition drinks. When we're silent, when did talkies come in? What year? Do you know? When did talkies become a thing?
I don't know.
Oh, me neither. How many to us?
Oh, in the 20s, sometime in the 1920s. I don't know exactly.
Because that's what I say. I could do some pre-prohibition cocktails and just hold up signs that say everything instead of, or it could be like Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues video. Where I could just have producer Maggie standing up in front of the thing, holding up the signs that say different stuff. And, but that could be amusing. But anyway, so there you go, Boozeketeers. The Outrigger 2. I'd say Tiki King says give it a try. I'd say try both versions. You might surprise yourself and your neighbors if you break in your neighbor's house and make stuff in their liquor cabinet. They'll be surprised. Make enough for two, because if you surprise someone breaking into their house and using their liquor, the best way to diffuse the situation is to have already made them one. And when they say, "What are you doing?" Say, "I made you a drink," and they're, "Oh, okay." There we go. So the Outrigger 2, not bad. So, speaking of pre-prohibition cocktails, this one is not. I don't know. This one comes from the 20s. I don't know exactly when did prohibition actually become enacted. Do you know? I turned to you. You're supposed to be the font of knowledge.
I'm looking.
She's like, I'm busy watching videos on YouTube. Leave me alone. No, so this one, our next drink, is, it says, talk about Outriggers, you bastard. I wrote that on the wrong line, because I already did it. My notes are of no use, even to me. I gotta get rid of some of this booze, because I gotta mix a drink in there. That's okay. What kind of a man drinks the dregs of drinks? Don't answer that. You Boozeketeers, I know how you are, and you know how I am. And there we go. All right. So, for our second cocktail of the evening, we'll be making tonight the Last Word cocktail, a drink that was first publicized in the book Bottoms Up by Ted Saucier in 1951. However, Ted himself admits that the drink was first mixed some 30 years earlier. You can look that up. It's very true. It's called The Last Word for many reasons, most of which I don't know. But apparently, this Mr. Ted, the saucy Saucier, Mr. Ted, I don't know if he was actually a saucier. He was a saucer. He made sauce. He was a bartender. But he was known as a vaudevillian bartender. Apparently he was sort of some weird combination stand-up bartender and drink mixing comedian. Or you can put those words in different order. I don't care. But apparently he was one of those bartenders that, like, made jokes and there was a drum set. But I don't know if he played the drums. I'm thinking about. I'm just envisioning that. Or a guy in a suit, like a tuxedo, with the thing undone and his shirt unbuttoned. But anyway, but he did make this drink, and now we're gonna make it. As if that's not good enough for you. What's in this drink, you may ask? You may ask, and I will show you. Last Word cocktail calls for 3/4 ounce. Well, calls for Luxardo, Maraschino cherry. Luxardo maraschino liqueur, which is not like the maraschino. It's not the. Some people think they're like, isn't that the juice that's in the bottle of red stuff that you get at the store? No, this is actually where maraschino cherries come from. Was they would take the cherries and soak them in Luxardo. Anyway, so we need that. We're gonna need some gin. Yes, gin. Yes, gin. Actually, that's it. Should be more. Yes, gin. I'll do it. I'll fight that man. Yes, Jim. Green chartreuse. We've not used chartreuse in a cocktail in a while. Fresh lime juice. I just happen to have a specimen of it right there. And a maraschino cherry for the garnish. I could light it on fire. I don't know if you're supposed to. It doesn't say you're supposed to, but I could. We'll have to see. Let's see what happens. We're gonna make it and give it a taste and see if it needs to be lit on fire. Okay. So we got to go with 3/4 of an ounce of Luxardo maraschino liqueur. 3/4 of an ounce. Can't go wrong with 3/4. That's 75 cents. That'll buy you 3 things that are worth a quarter. We're gonna go with 3/4 of an ounce of gin. 3/4 of an ounce. I should, that kind of doesn't seem like much, but I'll see what, I'll make it and go from there. Because we got the green chartreuse, the chartreuse weighing in, I believe, 110 proof, which yes, it is. So, we're going with a 3/4 of an ounce of this stuff too, if I can get the lid open. Oh my gosh. The thing about chartreuse is it glues its own lid on. This was the reserve bottle, so we hadn't been drinking out of it. I'm gonna have to find some pliers or something. You stay there. You wait for me. Those aren't gonna work.
You can.
No. can I do?
Put it under the hot water.
We'll have to do something. This will not stand. We'll have to sit. Oh, man. Okay. Is there pliers in here? Or whatever? Well, I don't know. Here, do you think you can try and get this open? With some hot water, maybe?
Yep.
Alrighty, well. Well, producer Maggie is attempting to get the bottle of chartreuse open. We'll just plug on ahead with the. This one's got 3/4 of an ounce of the lime juice. So we'll, put that in there while no one is looking. Then. I need that. That in here. Last for this because it's got stuff in it. Yeah, people leave their drinks all over the place here.
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, it took me a minute.
I like bruised my hand trying to open that bottle.
I know. It's tough.
Okay. Okay, so go 3/4 of an ounce of the green chartreuse. They said it was pale green, but this is kind of a pale yellow, where I come from. Garnish. So now so I have 2 of these. I got 2 maraschino cherry garnishes. One's on a blue pick and one's on a yellow pick. I don't know. I'll go blue, I guess, because it's supposed to be green. You got yellow, blue, and green. Why not? Alrighty. Here we go with the last word cocktail. So the very first thing you notice here is the nose, which is heavy on the chartreuse. Like when that is probably the first thing to greet. Then see this those later things, those things happen as you like drink it and stuff happens. Then there's this whole sweet and sour botanical thing that comes on, and then it has a chartreuse finish. So you got the gin. So this is actually so the Luxardo liqueur, the maraschino liqueur, is pretty. It's got some floral notes to it. Chartreuse definitely full of floral notes. The gin, once again, gin's got all kinds of botanicals in there. It's got herbs and spices and uncola nuts and all that sort of thing. But it's interesting. This is good. You should you might like it. Yeah, but definitely it finishes it. You come give that one a swag. We're going to breed up. She's like, you're making me come down there again for the drinking. Yeah. And then you can tell me if you think if we could benefit from lighting it on fire. You can have that one. I have another garnish. She's not making the happy face.
It wasn't what I expected.
Not your favorite?
It's not my worst. My worst.
No. No, but it's definitely. But was I right with the initial impression is the chartreuse, and then you get a bunch of other flavors, and then it comes back to the chartreuse. I think that's my. I'm sticking to it. That's my story. It it's one of those things. Chartreuse is not often used in cocktails these days. I mean, I personally we drink it on its own. So having something that has that as sort of a side note, I don't know. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea. Once again, tea, the whole thing. So I don't know. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if you can make it better. You can make it better by lighting it on fire. All right, let's see what happens. Let's try it. Let's just see. Because a lot of things can be improved with fire. As we found out on Sunday night, drinking White Russians and shooting off black powder pistols. And the neighbors complain. Figure you're doing it right if the neighbors are complaining. I don't know, it's pretty bright back here. I don't know if you'll be able to see the flames.
You'll have to turn the light off.
I don't know, what do you think? I like it. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. I want to drink this thing. Okay. Should I just let it burn? No, it's probably just going to glue itself to my nose with the caramelized sugar. Nope, tastes the same. Oh, now it's gonna taste different. I just sunk a sugar cube in it. Now we've invented a new drink. So now we have a last word with the caramelized sugar cube. See, now if we used absinthe, then that'd be the thing. Now there's like a sugar cube and a cherry and a burnt lime shell. Just screw the whole thing. I don't know. Boozeketeers. That's the thing, though. When you're making drinks, sometimes making a mistake is where you can make the new classic. Raise a mistake. Go to the TT. If you're in LA, go to the Tiki, order yourself a raise mistake. It was a mistake, but it's now probably their most popular drink because it is downright delicious. It's a good thing. And sometimes you're making a drink, screw it up, turns out to be good. I don't know if this is the case of that, but could be worse. We could be drinking the orange flip. Hey, speaking of LA, if any of you Boozeketeers happen to be going down into the Anaheim area on in a week from Thursday, the Adventurers Club is putting on a big old tiki shindig. Sven Kirsten's going to be there doing a history of some Marquesas Islands, I believe. And they're going to be serving dinner. And Marie King from the Tonga Hut, she's going to be down there mixing up some fabulous drinks. Could be a good time had by all. And then if you're hanging around, so you go do that, right? You do that on Thursday. And then if you were still hanging around the place, was it Sunday? On Sunday, Adventurers Club, or not Adventurers Club, but Adventureland Day at Disneyland. So you can put on your finest adventuring gear, dress up like Indiana Jones. Thursday night, drink cocktails, watch a slideshow, have yourself some dinner, do the whole thing up, then go head on down to Disneyland. That's Sunday, Adventureland Day. Could be a blast. It's, just making sure if you shotgun your White Claws, you do it in the parking lot. Apparently. But there you go. There you go, Boozeketeers. Other than that, I think you should check out my websites. I'm about to sneeze. Go to tikiking.com. It's the portal for all things. You can get to pretty much anywhere that I do stuff from there. But if not, then go to tikiking.net. Go to tikiking.info and join yourself up to the Paradise Club, where you will get fine merchandise every year for a low, low price, $35. You get an introductory package that's worth even more than that, and then every year you get more stuff. It's like we may do a new one that's a subscription-based thing that you get something like every quarter or something like that. But yeah, so go there, go do the things, look at the things, do the stuff. If you're saying, Tiki King, I love all the stuff you make, but I just want to throw money at you. There's also a virtual tip jar. You throw a couple of quarters into the tip jar. We'll use it to buy. I promise, we'll use it to buy booze. So And if all of those things fail, if none of those things succeed, if you feel that I've steered you wrong all this time, well then get yourself over to wickedtinkers.com. Look at the schedule, find a venue near you, and come out and see us. And bring a bottle of whiskey, and we'll drink it. It's my pledge to you. But other than that, that's been our show. This has been our show. This has been our show. Something like that. And as I always say, if you know of a place where we should be doing the show, please email tikiking@tikiking.com. Easy to remember, easy to write down, easy to digest, with only 3 easy payments of $19.95. But let us know if you have a bar, your favorite bar in your favorite location. Send it to us. Let us know. Because if we go there, that means you'll be there, and we'll all be there doing that thing together. If you know of a drink, if you have a drink that you're like, you need to make this drink on your show, Tiki King, send it along. You don't even have to. You can just say, hey, I was in a bar one time and they made this drink and it was called this. I'll do the research. It's groovy. You don't have to hardly do a thing. But other than that, yeah, just look for us. Look for us in your neighborhood at some point in the future. Keep tabs of Facebook. Tiki King is tiki.king.7 on Facebook, which you bought the album. You're listening to it, baby. Instagram, tiki.king. We do a lot of things there. Instagram, tiki.pie. That's the Tiki, which is now actually not, now it's Tiki King Official. Isn't that right?
Tiki.king.official.
Tiki.king.official, which is where you can keep abreast of all the things that are worth looking at theoretically. So yeah, there's all, you can get all over the internet. There's stuff about nonsense. So check all those things out. And with that, I'm gonna say goodnight. And thanks for tuning in here on Tuesday, and I hope to see you back next Tuesday. And until then, good night and good drinking.